called it as the sine bar. So first of all, what is meant by the sine bar? Sine bar is an instrument. It is used for measuring the smaller taper angles. So this is the workpiece. So in this workpiece we need to measure what is the smaller taper angle. So this is this sine bar. This sine bar, it consists of two equal size of rollers, and the distance between these two rollers are, it is usually 100 millimeter to 200 millimeter. For this experimental setup, the distance between the two rollers are called as the 200 millimeters. And in order to measure the angle, so we have some kind of formula, that is equal to sin theta is equal to h by l. So before that, in this experiment we have an experimental setup. In the experimental setup we are using the dial gauge. So the least count for this dial gauge, it is provided, it is called it as the 0.01, and this smaller reading, it is called it as the main scale reading. It is having from 0 to 9, and it is also the larger vernier scale reading. This larger vernier scale reading you have to multiply with 0.01, and this experiment we have going to conduct it with the help of the set of slip gauges. And there are three types of slip gauges, that is called M47, M45, M87 and M112. Here we are going to use the M112 set of slip gauges. That means we are having the totally 112 different slip gauges. So these slip gauges we have to pick according to some procedure, and that procedure, it is called it as the according to that procedure we have to use the minimum number of slip gauges. We are initially setting the pointer of the dial gauge to one end of the workpiece, and make sure that here inner and outer dial gauge readings are at the point of 0. Now we are moving the one end of the workpiece to another end of the workpiece with the pointer of the dial gauge, and we are note down the how much is the deviation. So whenever moving from one end to the other end of the workpiece, we need to note down the deviation. So here initially, so now note down the inner circle reading that shows 0.8, that is called 8, and outer dial gauge reading, it is showed as 28. So here now 28 is multiplied with the least count 0.01, then it becomes 2.8. So the total reading 8 plus 2.8, it is called as the 8.28. Next, this is called M112 set of slip gauge table. So here we are having the set of slip gauges combination, and this is called the practical slip gauges are available in our experiment. So first, according to the 8.28, we have to minus with 1.28. So here in the second row we observe 1.012, 1.49. That means here 1.28 slip gauge is available. Whenever 8.28 minus 1.28, we are getting the 7. So next 0.5 observe in the third row, we are having the 0.5 to 24.5 slip gauges. So that means 7th slip gauge is also available. So the required combination now we are taking to match with 8.28, that is called 7 and 1.28. Now we are picking the 7 and 1.28 from the slip gauge combination, and we are joining that according to the slip gauge ringing phenomena. The slip gauge ringing phenomena, that means we have to rub it together and we have to make it to join together without having any air particles available in it. Now we are placing the 8.28 combination of slip gauges under below the roller, and now we are again moving the dial gauge from one end to other end of the workpiece, and again we are note on the deviation. Now observe, in the inner scale reading it is called 4, between 4 and 5, and the outer reading shows it is 58. So that is 58, it is multiplied with 0.01, that is called 0.58, and 4, that is equal to 4.58. Now 4.58 deviation, it is added with the earlier deviation, it is called 8.28. So now it will become the total deviation, it is called 12.86. The 12.86 is again we need to take for the slip gauge combination, that is called, here in the table we are having the 1.36, so minus 1.36 we are getting the 11.5. So 11.5 slip gauge is also available. Now take the again we are taking the two combination and we are repeating the process until and unless whenever we are moving the dial gauge from one end to the other end, it has to show 0 reading. So this is called the procedure for solving the angular measurement. Similarly, we repeat the process until and unless when the dial gauge it is moving from one end to the other end of the workpiece, it shows 0 reading. So this is the number of trials what we are taken, and the final H value what we got from the slip gauge combination, it is called 8.09. And here the formula what we are used to find out the angle, and that is called theta is equal to sine inverse of H by L. So here H is called the height of the slip gauges and L is called distance between the two rollers, and L it is constant, that is equal to 200 millimeter. So substitute the values in the formula, and the angle what we got, it is called 2 degree 18 minutes and 36 seconds.